Ask for people who don't have a role.
Please pass the agendas around so we know the
Please finish
time.
up and move on to the questions.
Did all the agendas
Peter,
get passed around?
could you? We did-
Sorry.
Thank you. There you go. We were out of power, like so many others. I woke up in the middle of the night, as I often do, about 3 o'clock, and went to the bathroom, saw the lights were out, took out my cell phone, and read the Times for an hour or so. Went back to bed, so Leslie was still asleep, and it was funny, Leslie was wearing her CPAP mask. We both wear CPAPs, continuous positive air pressure, which is something that many people have to do once they get older. And I thought it was funny, Leslie was sleeping with the mask on, but of course the mask wasn't doing anything because it's powered by electricity. So should I wake her and to take off her mask? I decided just leave it on. And we had to leave the house today about 8:15. So we decided we'd have to take cold showers, although actually there was enough hot water left in the tank so that we were able to both take quick warm showers. And anyway, before around 8 o'clock, just before we were leaving, the power came back on. All is well. All is returned to normal. And it's amazing how much we depend on electricity, isn't it? Someone else that doesn't have a
Two
role
more
today?
people who don't have a role and a guest, or 2 guests. John doesn't have a role, Leslie doesn't have a role.
I'll do it.
Oh, you have a role?
Leslie? No, I mean, I'll go.
I think this is really the new one agenda. New one. Just
John?
there.
Okay, after, yeah,
So,
You don't have a role.
thank you, Leslie.
so the other half of this is, as a woman, how was I going to take a shower? Was I going to find the body parts I needed in order to wash them? And do that in the dark. I was able to figure out how to wash myself and towel off. Putting on clothes is a little tricky, especially bras because of hooks and everything. That's tricky in the dark. Putting on makeup was tricky. Trying to figure out where my lips were and figuring out if the color I was putting on in any way related to anything I was planning to wear. And that was the next problem, going to the closet in the dark and trying to figure out if I could find anything that went with anything else. And I started off thinking, I think I'm doing well. I've got gray and gray. It wasn't. It was green and brown. And so I tried again. I got another weird color combination. I finally found light was beginning to come in the window. Pink. Okay, I've got 2 pink things. I'm throwing them on. I didn't have to put on dirty laundry. I found some clean underwear. So it was more than just a difficulty. It was a creative opportunity to figure out if I could be coordinated with colors in the dark.
John? John? You gotta give him a question though.
It's the same one, right?
Yes.
Oh.
It is.
Well, as many of you know, I live in Woburn, Mass. And Woburn is a little different than Lexington, but one of the positives of living in Woburn is we don't lose our electricity very often. So I didn't lose electricity last night, but I did hear I heard the wind. The wind, right around at the time that you had mentioned, Dale, around 2:30, that the wind was really howling, and it actually woke me up. And we have a grill that's out on the deck that has been blown over at least twice over the last winter. So I was worried about this grill. This grill, I bought it because it was supposed to be a chef's grill. It's an MHP. I got it at the grill place in Arlington. And MHP, if you remember, is an outshoot of the old Charm Globes. Back in the 70s, one of the first gas stoves, or you'd hook it up to the propane of the gas in the house, was a Charm Glow. Well, MHP now owns Charm Glow. So it was very expensive. It's blown over twice. I was worried about it blowing over a third time. So I got my shorts on and went out on the deck in this wind and secured the grill. And then I walked around the house checking the front doors to make sure that they weren't going to blow open and break the glass. But once I was up, I was up. So I'm a little sleep deprived right now because I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, running around the house, and I actually had a new client meeting this morning where I met a potential client for the first time. So then I got anxious that I was going to not wake up to meet the new client. So although I didn't have electricity for the night, I definitely had a lack of sleep.
Pardon me?
The guests, if they want to roll. They want to speak.
Anyone want to speak?
I can.
Mimi, correct?
Yep.
Thank you.
So first of all, I'm staying with Mary Alice. We did not lose electricity. Secondly, I'm a total slug, so I didn't even hear the wind. Straight through. But I do live on a little mini farm down in Boonesboro, and we do lose electricity with regularity, and it can go for 3 or 4 days max, which is not fun. So when I first bought this place, I thought I'll buy a generator. So I bought a generator. It was a little pull generator, and I wasn't very diligent about keeping up with it. So when the electricity went out, I go and I try to get it started, and the cord would break. And there I was with no electricity and no usable generator. So I finally got fed up and I bought a good generator with a little key that works. And I try to start it at least once a month. Sometimes it's every 2 months. And I do get it serviced every year. And so far, thank goodness, this wonderful generator has kept me chugging along through the electrical outages. And you have to remember certain things, like you want to put in additives to your gasoline so that it doesn't clog up again. But overall, that's been my electrical or non-electrical experiences. Sorry, I'm glad that I don't have to tell you about Mary Alice running out of electricity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mimi.
I have one more guest. Dale.
I'll just take a minute. So.
You don't want to? Oh, you do want to.
Just to say hello to everybody.
Yes, it's for 1 to 2 minutes. Come on up. We'd love to see you.
By the way, here, can you take this? I took it to the one up front.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Welcome. Thank you.
I just wanted to say all of you are wonderful people, and I'm having a trip from Boonesboro, way down in Washington, up to where we are today, and I'm having a wonderful time meeting all of you people. And I'm taking in everything you're saying, or I'm trying to take in everything you're saying. But I just wanted to let you know I'm having a wonderful time, and this is part of a wonderful time. Thank you.
Time's up.